Hello and welcome to another FPL Advice video. Today I will help you select the perfect wildcard draft to help you get into the top 100K. I truly believe that no matter where you are right now, you still have a chance to getting into the top 100K as long as you pick the right players for your wildcard and you create a long-term plan. So let's get to it. First up, I wanted to go over goalkeeper options for your Game Week 4 wildcard. And just an FYI, please disregard the white-green highlighted players. Fantasy Football Scout didn't allow me to undo that, so you'll see that on every single screenshot I took from their site. I'm not trying to highlight any players. The players that you see on the screen print are the players I want to highlight. The top 4 goalkeepers I think you should look at are Jose Sa, Pickford, Sanchez, and Bachmann. As you can see in the screen print from Fantasy Football Scout, Jose Sa looks like the best option for the next 9 game weeks due to the Wolves having incredible fixtures and also due to the fact that he's made the most amount of saves out of the 4 goalkeepers I'm highlighting. And he also has the highest total save percentage, 78.6%, which is really, really good. And he is only 5 million. Although if you're like me and you want your goalkeeper to be 4.5 million, it really comes down to Sanchez and Bachmann. Look at their first 3 fixtures. Bachmann has made more saves than Sanchez, although his total save percentage is 5% lower than Sanchez. And Watford have conceded 5 goals compared to Brighton's 3 goals. If picking between those two, I would still go with Sanchez because I think Brighton will be able to keep more clean sheets, no matter how good the fixtures are for Watford. Next up, let's take a look at the defenders you should be considering. Trent is a no-brainer with a 1.73 expected assists over the first 3 games. He's hands down the best FPL defender, but because of that, he's also the most expensive one. Although Semeido's and Martial's underlying stats don't show it, I do find them to be both really, really good options because Wolves have very good fixtures coming up, and they're both very attacking. Livramento looks like the best 4.1 million option, in my opinion, with the expected assist of 0.47. It's pretty good for a Southampton defender. So as you can see, he's very attacking. Sofal and Tierney both look like great options at 4.95 million price points, with Sofal having a 0.82 expected assist in the first 3 games and Tierney 0.51. So I think both of them will start getting clean sheets. And obviously will continue to get attacking returns. And looking at the fixtures for defenders, again, I think that Wolves defenders seem like a no-brainer here. Amazing fixtures in the next 9 game weeks. Liverpool also have very good fixtures, so Trent is an obvious choice. Although I do think that Matip at 5 million looks pretty good. He has an expected goal rating of 0.87 in the first 3 games, so that's really good for a defender. I also think that Tierney can be a hidden gem at 4.9 million due to Arsenal's fixtures and also how attacking he is. And I do think that Arsenal will turn things around with Norwich at home. The midfield is really where all the fun begins when it comes to wildcarding. There are so many great options here that it's really hard to choose from. Looking at some data and looking at the expected goals from the first 3 games, the standouts really are Torres, Traore, Salah, Jota, Bruno, and Benrahma. Traore, he looks good based on the stats that we've received from the first 3 games, but he has 0 assists and 0 goals so far. So I'm not sure I'm willing to take that risk, even though the fixtures are there. Salah has an expected assist of 0.64 and expected goals of 1.41 over the past 3 games. He has 2 goals, 2 assists. I think that no matter what your draft will be, you need to include him in your team because he is an obvious captain pick, no matter who Liverpool play. Looking at the fixtures, the standouts really are Traore, Salah, Jota, Rafinha, especially after Leeds played the Liverpool game in Game Week 4. I'd be scared with going with Traore, though, because, again, he's yet to get any attacking returns. But, I mean, do look at those fixtures. You have Watford, Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle, Villa, Leeds. It sure is tempting. Another player I would, consider is Sarr. I mean, they have Wolves, Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds, then Liverpool, but then they have Everton, Southampton, Arsenal. So they have really good fixtures as well. But, it is Watford, so you never know how those games will go. With forwards, I decided to make drafts without Ronaldo as we don't know whether he will be starting right away. So outside of him, standout picks really are Antonio and DCL. with Antonio having 7 returns in 3 games. I mean, that's unreal. He has 3 assists and 4 goals, and the fixtures are still great for West Ham in the next 9 game weeks. DCL has had 3 goals and has a 3.31 expected goals over the first 3 games. Benitez confirmed he's on penalties, so he's someone I'm strongly considering for my game week 4 transfer. But also, I think you should definitely consider him in the game week 4 wildcard if you did already activate it. Looking at the fixtures for forwards, Jimenez obviously has the best fixtures, followed by Bamford after Leeds play Liverpool. Jimenez does have 0 goals and 0 assists so far over the first 3 games, and Bamford has only 1 goal and 1 assist. So even though the fixtures are there, the form is not. I think Antonio, DCL, and a premium striker such as Kane or Lukaku are probably the best options going into game week 4. So my first game week 4 wildcard option, I decided to go with 2 premium players, Salah and Lukaku, as I truly believe they will get you the most points in the next 9 game weeks, and they rotate captaincy extremely well with one another. I went with Sanchez in goal so I could apply more money into the rest of my starting 11. In the back, I went with Cancelo, Trent, Martial, Soufal, and Livramento. This backline will not only get you clean sheets over the next 9 game weeks, they will also get you a lot of attacking returns, which is really exciting. With my midfield, I went with Salah, Jota, Rafinha, Benrahma, and any 4.5 midfielder you think is best. I went with Alan. I think Firmino getting hurt in the last game, Jota will slide straight into his spot, and I see no reason for Klopp to rush Firmino back in. Rafinha will get many attacking returns, especially after the Liverpool game, as their fixtures are so good. And a lot of people are giving up on Benrahma because he blanked at 1 game, which is crazy to me. He still has 2 goals and 2 assists in 3 games. He's still extremely cheap as a really good midfielder for a good team. And obviously, West Ham have the fixtures in the next 9 games to really prove that he's the right pick for your wildcard team. Up top, we have Lukaku, DCL, and Antonio. As I mentioned before, I think DCL and Antonio are completely irreplaceable at this moment due to their form. And Lukaku will start scoring a ton of goals for Chelsea in the next 9 game weeks. The second game week 4 wildcard option, I created using 3 premium players, Lukaku, Salah, and Kane. Hopefully this kind of gives you guys 2 different options, one with 2 premium players and the second one with 3. Kane could easily be swapped for Ronaldo if that's who you'd rather have. In goal, again, we have Sanchez for the same exact reasons as I said for option 1. In defense, I went with Ayling, Cancelo, Veltman, Martial, and Livramento. Having that extra premium striker, you would have to sacrifice Trent. But I think Cancelo, Veltman, Martial, and Ayling all have such good fixtures that I truly believe this is a solid defense that will not only get you clean sheets, but also attacking returns. With the midfield, we start with Salah, Rafinha, Torres, Benrahma, and a 4.5 million midfielder. I do like Jota over Torres because I think he's more locked into the starting 11, but Torres has been unreal in the first 3 games so far. And with 3 premium players, I can't seem to find the funds for Jota. So I think Torres would have to make this team. And I do think he's still a phenomenal option, but you should kind of consider that, he might get rotated. Up top, you have Lukaku, Kane, and Antonio. You're basically guaranteed to get at least 2 to 3 goals with these 3 players up top every single game week. With this option, you would have 0.3 million left in the bank, so you could easily swap Kane for Ronaldo if that is what you think is a better option. All right, you guys, this is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe, and do let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, need advice on your wildcard team selection, or if you simply enjoyed this video. Make sure to take a look at the video below where I interviewed Michael Sheets. We discussed Game Week 4 captaincy, transfer options, insight on teams we both support, and much more. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.